As a child, whenever I felt disappointed, I would comfort myself with a few lines of poetry, imagining you as the messenger recording my sorrows in the boundless sky. No matter how deep my pain seemed in the moment, I would quickly wipe away my tears. Even as I dreamed of a brighter, more triumphant future, I found myself growing up, learning that every setback could be endured. When life puts obstacles in my path, I remind myself that sorrow over present misfortune is futile. Tomorrow may very well bring even greater hardship. With this thought in mind, I refuse to give in to tears. After all, life's fluctuations and society's chaos come one after another, and each of us must cultivate our character and moral discipline in order to reach a certain level of understanding. So then, what is the highest realm of human existence? Let us live in mindful awareness, reflecting on old wisdom and contemplating its truths. 1. Do not worry when adversity strikes. Life is in constant flux. Nothing remains the same forever. When unexpected events append our world, panic and hesitation only compound the difficulty. Each experience, no matter how challenging, becomes a precious asset if we learn to face it with composure and acceptance. As the Buddha Shakyamuni taught, no matter who you meet, that person is meant to appear in your life. No matter what happens, it is inevitable. Every moment that comes to you is precisely at the right time. Great achievers don't get swept away by chaos. They remain calm, confident in seeking solutions, rather than succumbing to despair. An ancient saying reminds us, those wise enough to endure increasingly perilous turmoil just cultivate an even quieter mind, one that fears nothing. Only when our mind is free from commotion and surprise, peaceful at its core, can we think clearly and make correct judgments, surmounting every obstacle. When a crisis unexpectedly descends, find your center, breathe, and address the problem head-on. Do not let yourself be overwhelmed. Difficulties can be overcome. You can rise above adversity and accomplish great things. 2. Do not waste energy on anger. Learn to manage your emotions. Good fortune does not always arrive, and even when it does, it may not unfold smoothly. So when things go awry, restrain your impulse to rage or complain. You may feel sadness, but allow yourself only a moment of it. Napoleon once said that someone who can control his emotions is mightier than a hero who conquers an entire city. Every person will inevitably face hardship and challenge in life. You have two choices. Let momentary failure defeat you, or meet it head-on with a positive attitude, and then move beyond it. Nothing about life is easy. Struggle is everywhere. As Levi sighed in his poem, "The path is hard, the path is hard, today. Where is the road? Endless paths fork and branch." It is only by continually cultivating inner focus and resilience, gathering positive energy, enhancing our capabilities, and honing our strengths, can we stand firm like the pine or cypress tree. Imagine a pine or cypress on a mountaintop, wind-swept in a storm. They bend in the gale in order not to break, letting snow pile upon their branches. By yielding to the wind, they spare themselves from snapping. Similarly, an adult must understand this wisdom. True intelligence lies in not giving in to anger. Life's circumstances constantly change. A truly wise person remains calm in the face of events, refusing to let rage or hasty reactions disrupt their peace. By maintaining a serene and uncluttered heart, we can escape the storms of emotion and move forward, free. Do not squander time on pointless arguments. There is a short story from Han Shan, Cold Mountain, that carries profound wisdom. In ancient times, someone asked Han Shan, "If someone in this world slanders me, deceives me, insults me, mocks me, despises me, hates me, or lies about me, how should I respond?" Han Shan answered simply, "Be tolerant toward that person, respect them, treat them kindly, honor their freedom, and distance yourself. Finally, do not let it trouble your mind. In a few years, when you meet again, the truth will be revealed." Zhuangzi, the Taoist sage, once remarked, "You can't discuss the vastness of the ocean with a frog at the bottom of a well, nor can you debate the ice and snow of winter with an insect that only knows the heat of summer." In a similar vein, A frog living in a shallow well once bragged to a turtle from the eastern sea, "Life in my well is truly splendid. Whenever I want to come up, I simply climb the well's wall. When I rest, I retreat to a pool of fresh water. When I dive in, the water reaches my shoulders and my head remains above water. I play in the soft mud, and the shellfish, crabs, and fish around me also enjoy comfort. Moreover, this well is my exclusive territory. It serves only me. What a wonderful life. Why don't you step into my world and experience its wonders?" Trusting the frog's boast, the turtle tried to enter the well, but before the turtle's front foot could touch the wall, its back foot got wedged. Unable to enter, the turtle then described the eastern sea's grandeur. Its enormity cannot be measured by miles, nor can its depth be fathomed by a single line. During the reign of King Yu of the Xia dynasty, it rained for 9 years, yet the sea level never rose. Under King Cheng Tang of the Song dynasty, there was a 7-year drought, but the sea never dried up. It was untouched by the ebb and flow of the seasons. Living in the eastern sea is truly a marvel. Hearing this, the frog was stunned. It finally realized the narrowness of its well. A limited environment restricts one's perspective. Arrogance and complacency breed a small-minded view. This is the essence of the proverb "frog in the bottom of a well." Therefore, Zhuangzi taught that one cannot debate the ocean's vastness with a well frog, nor can one discuss winter's chill with a summer insect, nor can one teach profound truths to someone with a limited vision. In such cases, arguing is pointless. It is better to step back, calm your mind, and let time reveal the truth and restore your reputation. Sometimes, explanations are unnecessary. Your enemies will never believe your account, and your friends won't need it. Everyone meets a few people in life who simply cannot be reasoned with, and some truths cannot be convincingly explained. In such moments, refraining from argument or explanation may offer the best resolution. As Tsai Yi once said, "The only way to win an argument is to avoid it." Debating with ignoble people only drains your energy. Offering explanations to those who refuse to hear them serves no purpose and only breeds anxiety. Live your life without needless quarrels or speeches. Silence is often the wisest choice. Time will bring you the answers you seek. Dear listeners, if you wish to lead a truly meaningful life, one that grows richer with each passing day, you must cultivate a beautiful temperament. Never give in readily to anger, or else you will let years slip by in vain. As the writer who she once said, "Nothing in life is more terrifying than an angry face. Nothing more ignoble than letting others see your fury." People often feel worse when faced with someone's wrath than by direct insult. Everyone experiences indignation from time to time, and when we do, our instinct is to lash out. But if you can hold your tongue, you have honed truly admirable qualities. 4. Reserve your best temperament for those you love most. In the workplace, we often behave with utmost respect toward superiors and good manners toward colleagues. With strangers, we maintain basic civility. But notice how, the moment we come home, a few offhand words with loved ones can trigger immediate anger. We place far too many expectations on those closest to us, picking at every little flaw and flying off the handle at minor annoyances. Yet because they are family, because they share our blood, they forgive us without hesitation, no matter how harsh our words or how fierce our outbursts. This dynamic can trap us in a destructive cycle. As soon as we lose our temper, we become completely unrestrained, knowing that family will still love us. An old proverb says, "Repay a single drop of kindness with a flowing river." Because our loved ones accept us unconditionally, we owe them genuine gratitude from the depths of our hearts. Our parents carried the weight of countless sacrifices to raise us, and only when we ourselves become parents will we truly understand their hardships. Therefore, no matter how angry you may feel, do not direct that anger toward your mother or father. They will always respect and listen to you, so wait for the moment when calm returns, and then speak gently. In short, learning to coexist peacefully with our loved ones is the primary life lesson. Only when we recognize a heart of gratitude can we control our temper. The greater one's inner strength, the less prone one is to anger. A person's fortitude is inversely proportional to their hot-headedness. Conversely, those lacking inner strength lose their tempers easily. They rage because they feel powerless and can no longer restrain themselves. Take, for example, Wang Yongming of the Ming Dynasty. When he quashed the Ning Rebellion, in just 1 month saving the nation from disaster, he could have claimed a great deal of credit. But because others were jealous and spread rumors that he had secretly colluded with the rebel leader, Emperor Zhengtong of Ming believed the slander. He accused Wang Yongming of rebellion, despite the fact that Wang had suppressed the uprising and spared countless lives. Faced with such false accusations, Wang Yongming did not fly into a rage. Instead, he transferred all his merit over to his colleague Chongying and quietly retired to a monastery, showing no desire to fight. Because he remained calm and untroubled by anger, he survived this ordeal with his dignity intact. Historians praise his ability to perceive danger as though possessed of divine insight. Wang Yongming believed that we all must seize our own destiny and use our intellect to find solutions. But if we allow our hearts to be moved by anger, if we let emotion rule, then we become puppets of our own passions. A person who loses their temper is like a headless fly, spinning wildly without direction. Only by mastering our feelings can we think clearly, settle disputes rationally, and ultimately live peacefully, free from life's tempests. 5. Manage your body wisely. When people lack self-discipline and consume their bodies recklessly, illness soon follows and the blessings they have accumulated slip away. Consider the story of a highly educated, good-looking candidate who successfully won an interview for the position of assistant to a general manager, complete with an excellent benefits package. Yet, part of his job involved frequent dinners, social gatherings, and client entertainment with the boss. Unable to refuse, he found himself chastised if he ever demurred from drinking. After 2 years, his health deteriorated sharply. A doctor soon diagnosed him with hypertension, high blood sugar, and fatty liver. He realized that he would have to abandon a well-paying job and great benefits to restore his health. He submitted his resignation letter, and though he was heartbroken to give up such a promising career, he knew that a healthy body is the essential foundation for any long journey. We must always place our health first. 6. Master your own heart and mind. Our greatest adversary in life is ourselves. While our bodies have physical limits, our thoughts and desires are boundless and, if they are unbridled, they can form an abyss that devours everything. Conversely, our minds can also elevate and transform anything. Consider Hans Christian Andersen's famous fairy tale, The Emperor's New Clothes. The story warns us not to be overly fixated on outward appearances, because clothes do not make the man. If we believe only what we see on the surface, we risk missing the deeper truth. A stable mind, unshaken by external chaos, becomes clear, flexible, and resilient. However, we should never let the heart alone dictate everything, for the heart can be swayed by emotions. When we do not understand ourselves fully, misconceptions and illusions may lead us astray. George Bernard Shaw, playwright, critic, and political thinker, once said that self-control is our strongest instinct. If we cannot control our speech, we invite trouble. If we neglect our health, we lose life's most precious asset. If we fail to manage our hearts, we remain at the mercy of our emotions. Only when we can govern ourselves can our destiny unfold smoothly, and the blessings of good fortune flow in abundance. Our ancestors frequently said, "Still waters run deep. A noble person speaks with deliberation." A calm, measured temperament is not the same as being slow or clumsy. It means that, when faced with any event in life, we can remain calm and collected, smiling peacefully. A person with a composed temperament works confidently and steadily, never rushing. Their inner joy is like a cool spring that refreshes everyone around them. As a classic saying states, when the heart is at peace, a humble cottage feels like a palace. When the soul is serene, even a meager meal tastes like a banquet. Observing life from a place of gentle detachment and maintaining a tranquil, harmonious spirit in all things is the highest realm of human existence. Truly formidable people understand this principle of preparing the heart. They make sure their minds are strong and their resources are sufficient, so they can work effectively. They strive continually, yet never appear rushed or impatient. Instead, they maintain a lofty spirit, practicing patience and calmness. Only then can they accomplish everything well. Dear listeners, let us stay mindful and reflect on the following story about Wang Xianzi's calligraphy practice. Wang Xianzi, the son of the famous calligrapher Wang Shizi, was eager from a young age to showcase his own talent in calligraphy. By the ages of 40 or 45, his work was indeed outstanding, yet still fell short of his father's renown. Seeking advice, he approached his father, asking, "How can I write more beautifully?" Wang Shizi led him to a water jar in the back garden. "Use the water in this jar to test your ink," he said. "When the water is fully used, your characters will naturally improve." From that day forward, Wang Xianzi never rushed his work. He maintained a calm, steady mind as he studied calligraphy. Eventually, after unwavering dedication, he was honored as the second sage of calligraphy, second only to his father. When Wang Xianzi passed away, people said that walking life's path requires taking it step by step, and mastering each stroke, each character, inch by inch. As the proverb goes, more haste, less speed. Do not rush, stay tranquil and focused. Practice thoroughly and patiently. In time, the future path before you will become ever broader. Sometimes we feel the world races ahead and urge ourselves to keep chasing, lest we be left behind. But in truth, the more we hurry, the more akin we become to a spinning top, expending time, health, and energy without moving forward. Instead, we should emulate the camel, unhurried and deliberate. By moving steadily, it eventually reaches its destination. As human beings, we do not need boundless speed. We simply need consistent steps, each one measured and unhurried. In doing so, you will come to discover that your true self is gentle and serene. So may each of us always preserve a calm, optimistic spirit, confident that a life of fortune and goodness awaits us. 7. Observe how anger reveals true character. The way someone responds in anger exposes their true nature. As a saying goes, nothing in the world should be looked at directly, neither the sun nor the human heart. The sun blinds the eye, the heart blinds the mind. To see a person's character, one must observe how they act when enraged. At that moment, they lose reason, shed their mask, and reveal themselves fully. Those who, when angered, strike out at others, even at innocent bystanders, lack cultivation and refinement. You should avoid such people. Their anger turns them into different people altogether. In contrast, a person of true virtue remains composed even in anger. They will not resort to recklessness or cruelty. Instead, they address challenges calmly and uphold their integrity and dignity. They never unleash their fury on others, and even in frustration, they do not fling their negative emotions at those around them. Anger is our instinct, but restraining it is our greatest strength. Cultivation of one's character is not a superficial veneer painted only during peaceful times. It is a deep, enduring grace that endures even through life's fiercest storms. When rage arises within, you must remember these 4 guiding principles to maintain control. Avoid engaging with people of low character. They will rarely provoke you. People of ill intent do not warrant your attention, so why let them disrupt your peace or diminish your quality of life? Good people do not argue with bad people, because bad people have no reason. When anger flares, recall that not being angry is a form of high wisdom. When your mind is relaxed, you can consider many ways to handle an unexpected crisis. Anger not only sours your mood, but also damages your health and relationships. No matter what happens, first calm your mind, and then seek solutions. Never let anger rule your home, for it destroys harmony and undermines happiness. Even a single outburst can fracture a marriage or poison familial bonds. In the workplace, anger weakens your relationships with colleagues, jeopardizing your career. Indeed, nurturing anger is 100 times more harmful than drinking poison. Maintaining calmness and cheerfulness in small matters brings peace and happiness to life. Recognize that life is too short to live for anger. The Buddha said, "When one harbors anger, a million barriers arise." Life is an interwoven tapestry of joys and sorrows. Do not let dissatisfaction control you and provoke rage. Carrying the burden of anger only causes you to lose endless opportunities. When you are angry with others, you are really punishing yourself, an act of great folly. Dear friends, the pessimist frets all day, while the optimist, no matter what transpires, finds good fortune. Each person's life is determined by themselves. Happiness or misery depends on one's outlook. Let us reflect on these two stories. Story 1. One morning, a woman discovered her scooter's front tire was completely flat. She thought to herself, "Thank goodness it wasn't on the highway." Imagine the disaster that could have caused. She wheeled her scooter to a repair shop, and though she was 15 minutes late for work, her assistant manager told her she needed to see the director. Expecting a reprimand for tardiness, she braced herself. Yet instead of scolding her, the director asked for her understanding. The government had slashed investment budgets to combat inflation, and their company had to defer planned salary increases. Had she arrived on time, she might have prematurely received the raise. Now, it would be delayed until the next review. In that moment, she realized her flat tire was double fortune. Not only had she avoided a potential highway accident, but she also retained her raise, something many companies were cutting entirely during budget reductions. Her director was talented and kind, making the delay seem like a blessing. Riding home after work, she decided to prepare a lavish dinner to celebrate. Story 2. The next afternoon, her husband suffered a minor traffic accident when a reckless driver clipped him. His only injuries were scrapes and bruises, no hospital visit needed. Hearing this, she again saw good fortune in disaster. If the collision had been more severe, he could have been hospitalized. So once more, she arranged a celebratory family dinner under a bright, sunny sky. Her mother passed away peacefully on a day of bright sunshine and auspicious omens, ensuring her funeral went smoothly. Throughout her life, the woman had been remarkably fortunate. Her positive outlook, always choosing optimism over despair, ensured that neither husband nor children ever heard her sighing complaint. She faced every situation with a smile, winning the goodwill of everyone she encountered, and everything she did prospered. Although she was over 40, she still radiated the youthful energy of a woman in her 20s. We all hope for happiness, a fulfilling family, and a successful career. Yet luck often hinges on our own attitudes. Life will always present challenges, but do not give up or shy away. Pessimism saps your spirit. Approach every obstacle with optimism, seeing each as a valuable experience. Like a rainbow that emerges after the storm, the most spectacular moments often follow trials. Live with positivity, and life will adjust in your favor. Story 3. 3 bricklayers. 3 workers were building a wall when a passerby stopped and asked what they were doing. The first, frowning, replied curtly, "Can't you see? I'm building a wall." The second answered with mild courtesy, "We're constructing a high-rise." The third, beaming, said, "We're building a brand new city." 15 years later, the first worker was still toiling away, his face sullen as he laid brick after brick on a new construction site. The second had become a structural engineer, working in an office designing buildings. The third was the owner of the entire operation, overseeing multiple projects. It wasn't luck that set them apart, it was perspective. The pessimist never found meaning in his work and felt empty in every situation. The optimists, seeing possibility and purpose in every task, found opportunities to grow and succeed. Their optimism shaped their destinies. Your life becomes truly beautiful when you cultivate a positive spirit. Optimistic people tend to be healthier, sharper, and more resilient in adversity, because they always see opportunities. They never yield to obstacles. Instead, they find paths forward. Such an attitude creates its own good fortune. Conversely, Pessimists perpetually worrying, missing every opportunity. Cultivate optimism, and joy will follow naturally. 8. Cultivate gratitude and recognize the blessings already in your life. Gratitude deepens our capacity for happiness. When we appreciate what we have, even small mercies, our hearts expand, and contentment grows. Obstacles will come in life, but you need not blame or lament. Each problem contains a seed of growth. Hold on to optimism, and watch how, like a rainbow after rain, life's most brilliant joys emerge. In closing, remember that the attitudes you carry are the greatest determinants of your fate. Pessimists will always find reasons to lament, while optimists, even in adversity, will attract good fortune. Cultivate a serene mind, maintain a healthy body, and nurture gratitude in your heart. Live with calm acceptance, emotional discipline, positive zeal, and unwavering hope. By doing so, you will discover that life itself becomes a journey rich with meaning, resilience, and joy.